Good morning children. Yesterday we have completed with the general physical and chemical properties of group 16. Today let us start studying about oxygen, the preparation properties of oxygen. Oxygen is the first member in group 16. So first let us consider method of preparation of oxygen. Oxygen in the lab, it can be prepared by heating KClO3. This on heating in presence of MnO2, you will be getting KCl plus oxygen as the product. This is the lab method for the preparation of oxygen, that is by heating potassium chlorate. KClO3 on heating you will get KCl plus oxygen. In the lab, oxygen can be prepared by different methods, that is by heating Ag2O you will get oxygen, or HgO on heating you will get oxygen, or lead oxide Pb3O4 on heating we will get PbO plus O2, as well as PbO2 also on heating you will get PbO plus O2. These are some of the lab methods for the preparation of oxygen. In addition to this, we can prepare oxygen by heating hydrogen peroxide in presence of MnO2, undergoes decomposition and produces oxygen. Or children, in 10th class you must have studied about the electrolysis of water. By electrolysis of water, when you pass electricity through water, that is acidic solution of water, there also you will be getting hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen will be collected at the cathode and oxygen will be collected at the anode. So these are some of the methods for the preparation of oxygen. The most common method we can say that we can prepare oxygen from air. First you can remove the gases like that is carbon dioxide, water vapor, and then by liquefaction and followed by distillation you can get oxygen as dioxygen and dinitrogen. Is it clear children? These are the methods of, these are some of the methods for the preparation of oxygen. Is it clear? That is KClO3 on heating you will get oxygen, or Ag2O, HgO, Pb3O4, PbO2 on heating you will get oxygen. It can also be prepared by the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in presence of MnO2 by electrolysis of water. And the most common method I told you that by the liquefaction of air also we will get dioxygen and dinitrogen. Is it clear children? Now let us consider the properties of oxygen. That is, oxygen is a colorless, odorless gas. All of us know that oxygen is a colorless, odorless gas and it is highly soluble in water. That is, the presence of oxygen in water helps the aquatic life to survive there. So oxygen is highly soluble in water. One of the most important property of oxygen is that even though oxygen is having an even number of electrons, it is paramagnetic in nature. Children, do you remember molecular orbital theory which you have studied in class 11th? Okay, according to that you know the molecular orbital configuration. So if you write the molecular orbital configuration of oxygen, it is like this. That is sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, sigma 2p is at 2, pi 2p x2 is equals to pi 2p y2. Pi star 2p x1 is equals to pi star 2p y1. Now just see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 and 16. 16 is the total number of electrons in case of oxygen, and you can see that in the last two molecular orbital you can see the presence of odd number of electrons which is responsible for its paramagnetic nature. So we can say that even though oxygen is having even number of electrons, its unique property is that it is paramagnetic in nature. Is it clear children? This is one of the important point in the property of oxygen. The next we can say that oxygen combines with almost all metals as well as non-metals. Oxygen combines with almost all metals as well as non-metals except the noble metal like gold and platinum. Rest all the things it will be reacting, but no reaction with gold and platinum. That can also be asked as 1 mark question, which is given as one of the question in textbook question in NCERT. Name the metal which do not react with oxygen. That is, gold and platinum are the noble metals which do not react with oxygen. Now we can say that in order to start the reaction, some cases you have to provide little energy, since The bond dissociation enthalpy needed to break O double bond O is around 493.4 kilojoules per mole. So here they need, in order to break this bond, you have to supply some energy. Is it clear? That is why the basic heat is required to start the reaction. And let us see the chemical properties of oxygen. If you consider calcium combines with oxygen and produces calcium oxide, or aluminium reacts with oxygen and produces aluminium oxide. You are seeing two reaction with metals. Or we can see that if you consider phosphorus reacts with oxygen and produces phosphorus pentoxide. Or we can see that carbon combines with oxygen and produces carbon dioxide. Again we have seen two reactions with non-metals. Then let us consider some compounds. Zinc sulfide combines with oxygen and produces zinc oxide plus sulfur dioxide. Or methane combines with oxygen. You will get carbon dioxide and water. Is it clear, children? These are some of the chemical properties of oxygen. In addition to this, there are some more properties if you consider. That is, we can say that sulfur dioxide combines with oxygen and produces sulfur trioxide in presence of vanadium pentoxide as the catalyst. Sulfur dioxide combines with oxygen in presence of vanadium pentoxide as the catalyst and produces sulfur trioxide. This reaction we will be using it for the manufacture of sulfuric acid. The same way we can say that HCl combines with oxygen in presence of copper chloride as the catalyst and produces chlorine. Okay children, HCl combines with oxygen in presence of copper chloride and produces chlorine. Okay, this is again the method which is used for the manufacture of chlorine, which is termed as Decon's process, and the first reaction is termed as contact process. Is it clear children? That is about the chemical properties of oxygen. Now if you consider the uses, you all know that oxygen is generally used for the purpose of combustion as well as respiration. Oxygen is generally used for the purpose of combustion and respiration. That is, when the divers or the mountain climbers, they normally carry oxygen cylinders along with them. At the same time, we are using oxygen in oxyacetylene flame. That is, for welding purpose we use oxygen. And oxygen, along with, if you just consider, it can be used as a fuel in case of rockets because of the tremendous thrust it produced. So there also we can use oxygen. Is it clear children? That is about the uses of oxygen. Now we have to study about oxides. Thank you children.